Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Rimworld. I wasn't going to stream this today originally because we played Factorio earlier this morning, but I needed my daily dosage. Welcome on in. Let me get my camera working real quick. And turn that off. There we go. Everything is working. Let's get this plasteel inside. But yeah, we're just going to be continuing with trying to get our mad science online. But I don't have too much planned for today other than just kind of needing to pass time. Because we need Leon and the Deathclaws to grow up. Building a grab anchor so this map doesn't get destroyed when we launch the ship. Let's restrict those for now. We don't need the howitzers to be built immediately. And the Deathclaws are even doing hauling for us. How nice. We do just have a spare silent laying around. Branch is helping with the gene pack. Ah, a lost old research job, I guess. We could also use more prisoners, but I don't really care to, like, go out to look for any. How's our mechanics looking? We've got a decent amount of stuff, but we need more biomechanical neurocords in order to actually install this mechaneural stuff. The neurocords decrease the amount of sleep you need, and the mechanical stuff increases the amount of sleep you need, so it balances itself out. Speaking of that, does anybody actually need limb replacements? Oh, all its toes missing, you know, we gotta replace her whole leg now. No, I'm not doing that. Ellie and Orange could go in for another bio-regen cycle, but I don't know if I care. Beans and Bunker are still healing from that raid that we assisted with. Let's recycle that. Let's see. We do have some PDWs in storage still. And we do have the Dawnblade for when that Tarbosaurus is done gestating. Let's bring up the speed a little bit here. Hey, we have advanced grav tech. Very good. That costs 300 steel for a safe. Oh boy. Make sure there's actually foundations under everything. There is. Very good. Technically, we can launch the grab ship. It's not going to do much for us, but we can launch it. Power. Space-based compact batteries. How big are these? They are 1 block big. It's pretty good. Half the size of a normal battery. Furniture. Let's see. We need bedrooms in here. I'm looking in the wrong tab. Because we need the MUS tab. Hey, pulse charge munitions has been unlocked. Very good. Very fancy. They've changed the texture for the charge SMG. I actually really like that. Where is the maintenance gantry? I think that's just a miscellaneous, yeah? Okay, it's right there. I could still fit an Automatroid constructor in there. I don't think I need it, though. Inspired Surgery on Andy. Don't think I care. Inspired Taming on Beams. That's nice. And an Ambrosia Sprout. Don't think I really care. There it is. I do not need 500 mortar shells. 75 will work. And we're slowly making rebar concrete as well for the ship, with walls with hit points with 1,050. It's pretty crazy. Let me check my messages real quick. Okay. We have food being stored inside the nutrient paste area, and it should be getting cooled as well. We'll just need to make some method of power generation on the ship. And these auto hydroponics take a lot of power, so we'll need to figure something out. Let me snooze those ads. I can still put a good few more panels on here, so let's make 2 areas with solar panels. The ship will be significantly less ship-shaped, but I'm fine by that. Get some mini turrets down here as well. Appreciate the lurk, Jaws. Welcome on in. Always love to have you here. Let's see. We are going for power generation. We would like space-based solar generators. And we do need a way to actually get to them to repair them. So we are going to throw some armored doors on there. Just some compact batteries there. I don't know if they're any better than normal batteries, but we'll see. Check out what that ambrosia is. I'm running out of chapstick. I don't know how high explosive shells actually stack to, so that could be a mild issue. Because I want to be storing some inside the ship at all times. Biotech lab has been brought to light. Interesting. We probably only need one auto hydroponics bay in here. So I'm actually going to cancel this one and allow that one. Like, the ship's only going to carry a max of 4 people. Ooh, 3-stream watch streak. Very nice. Okay. Stuff is still getting built very slowly but surely. And we will need to transfer a mech over to this maintenance gantry. Do we even have a spare one? No, we did not. Put a crate here and store exclusively chem fuel in it. The ship is going to be a little bit packed, but at least we have the technology to make it efficient. Oh, you can just drop the rebar concrete on the floor. Yeah, it's taking people all day just to load these machines constantly. We almost have the resources to build our second Tarbosaurus, though. Yeah, we're just waiting on the Artifuzzler, really. We're not going to bother replacing eyes for the gene packs. Let's make awful intellectual as well. Yeah, you're incapable of intellectual. I might as well make it bad. I'm gonna give all the Deathclaws, like, these stupid pet names, just so people are like, oh, let me introduce you to Cupcake, and then a Deathclaw walks into the room. Let's see, how are we doing on advanced components? We have 10 already. It's not completely awful. And we should be doing fine on plasteel now that we completed that quest. Yeah, we got about 500. You, my friend, you stay in base, so you do not need power armor. Fallout mods? No, the power armor is just a thing in this game in general. But for Deathclaws, you probably mean that. It's surprisingly enough, the Rimclaws are not from a Fallout mod. It's just from a mod that adds more biomes and stuff. Or, well, it doesn't add more biomes, it improves on the already existing biomes. And since there's a toxic wasteland biome in the base game, they added Deathclaws, which is really cool. Okay, Nerd has some good power armor now. We just need to get Doc some power armor and wear golden for our combat squad. Ah, nice. I just heard Deathclaw and power armor and assumed Fallout mods. Yeah, that's completely fair. Okay, we do actually have some power armor for Doc. Ooh. The power armor allows you to use mechanoid weapons, which is pretty cool. It increases your body size. That does make a lot of sense. There are a lot of Fallout mods for Rimworld. I want to do a Fallout playthrough at some point, but I've just never had good luck trying to make any of the Fallout mods work for the current version of the game. Let's see, peace talks. The Whale Clan wants to talk about a treaty of some kind, and they want me to send my leader. I am not sending my leader. They are incapable of violence. They're incapable of violence, but their robots are not. Okay, power needed is 1,600 watts. That is not bad. We can just have you growing corn. Corn for the cornflakes. Quest lag? Or raid lag? Nope, that is a raid lag. They are landing within our walls, which is kind of spooky. We can get the bots into position, though, pretty fast. Okay, Sith, where are you? You're fairly close to the mech bay. Get in there. That is a lot of dudes. That is so many dudes. That is 50 enemies. Like, we'll be able to deal with them just fine, but holy cow. Uh-oh. Okay. We are probably going to lose some bots here. Yep, there goes an aggro hand. They're throwing dynamite at it, too. Sith, get out here. Oh, the game is running so slow. First serious raid we've gotten, though. Yup, there goes a battle friend. That is so many grenades flying through the air. Protector, get out of there. Get out of there. It can't move. There's so many bullets. Oh, and now they're trying to flee? I don't think so, buddy. We're still losing bots. All but one of our Archer Bruisers have died. That was a massacre. Holy cow. Aliana, what are you doing in there? Well, time to boot up the other mech labs. Because we have a lot of work to do. Sith, you want to get out of that fire? What was that noise? No clue. Yeah, there were so many dudes and they were even wearing, like, really fancy armor. So I'm not surprised we lost that many mechs there, but we should be able to revive them just fine. As long as their corpses didn't get destroyed. Let's see. Yeah, I think a few of their corpses might have been blasted. Everybody's helping with the fire. Very nice. Plenty of food for our Deathclaws, at least. That's a plus. fact that they landed right there is really scary to me. I think it is time to finally start laying out some turrets. Of course, these turrets won't actually help with a raid like the one we just ran into, but they'll still be a good backup. It's gonna take us forever to actually build up the steel for all this stuff, but that is fine by me. But I am glad to see the raids have woken up again. Or woken up again. Oh, one of the protectors got destroyed? They, like, all had shield belts. That's insane. Shield belts at least sell for a decent amount, and they don't get tainted from being worn by a corpse. So that works for me. A ranged shield belt. Ooh. Normally shield belts prevent you from firing out of them, but a ranged shield belt does not. Some of them even had Ultra Tech helmets. Build another one of these if we can. Gonna set us back on steel a little bit, but we need more people mining. gonna turn these whole walls into embrasures. They've given up and are leaving. Who? I think we killed all of them. They can't give up because they're dead. Yeah, just the sheer amount of grenades they had there kind of screwed us over. But we're alive. Or my people are alive anyway, and that's what matters. Is my aggro hand reviving? Yes, it is. Let's actually cancel reviving those Aqua Bruisers, and we'll try to make some divers instead. Since divers have jetpacks, we'll be able to actually reposition them in the middle of combat. Nice. We are going to make 2 hybrid combat claws. How do I have to make them here? I do. Let's make a ton of APSs as well, because I'm pretty sure that's the diver's main weapon. You can take control of the aggro hand, and how's the child doing? They are doing just fine. They're still at growth tier 1, though. And a bulk goods trader. Not bad. Uranium fever? Welcome on in, Temporal. How are things going? I don't know what I've been told, but uranium ore is worth less than gold in this game anyway. Right now we're just bolstering our defenses because we've had something of a wake-up call of a raid. We had 50 pigskins with shield belts rush after us. Apart from the itch to play Factorio or fully modded Rimworld is brilliant. Or you're doing brilliant. Nice. Oh, these turrets are placed differently. Whatever. 50? Yep. We've reached the point of the game where the raids are starting to get ridiculous. 50 pigskins with shield belts. They took out a lot of our robots. I think however many is dead here is how many they took out. Yeah, they took out 9 of our robots because a lot of them had grenades. Let's see. Doc, go talk to the good people trying to trade with us. So yeah, I'm starting to build some turret nests around this area, so enemies will hopefully have a rougher time trying to get into our base. Now, it wouldn't have helped with that pigskin raid because they just dropped straight past my kill box, but it's still good to be somewhat prepared. You want to sell the Groyan helmet. And not much else. Well, I suppose we'll sell the small statues. And we will buy all of their components in Nutramine. Is there any DLC that isn't really worth it? I'm wanting to get into them, but I don't know if all the DLCs are worth it. You don't need Anomaly or Royalty. Anomaly is just kind of bad unless you're trying to go for an SCP-style playthrough, but, Royalty just adds a bunch of quests and sidecasting. Oh, they do not have 8,000 silver. Who would have thought? While trading, we learned of the location of an Alpha Thrombo. Interesting. But, my favorite DLCs are probably Biotech and Odyssey. They are, like, really close to being tied. Odyssey adds the Grav ship playthrough, which is just simply awesome, and it makes the maps more explorable. And Biotech adds the genetic system, Mechanator stuff, and children. Ah, yes, the children, but of course. We do have a child in our colony. Gonna take them forever to grow up, though. What does Ideology add? Ideology adds this. It lets you customize basically your own religion for your people. So our religion, what it does is we don't care about wearing tainted or tattered apparel. We have extra armor against fire. And we really like body modding. But we research slower. It adds a whole bunch of replayability, effectively, because, like, hey, if you want to run a cannibal colony, you can now do that with Ideology. So you could go for people who really love robots and crap? Yes. There is a meme specifically for that that's called Mechanoid Supremacy. It makes your people worse at everything, but it makes your robots better at everything. I was very tempted to go for it with this playthrough, but I really liked Scrapper, which gives me deconstruction yield high. Gives me full refunds for deconstructing things. Of course, Scrapper is from a mod, but that's kind of what all the DLCs are in modding frameworks. Oh boy, why are we low on power? Probably because we're running a bunch of mech refineries, or mech gestators. Let's turn off these factories for now. Actually, I can't do that. Are the mods you're using mod lists or just a collection of mods here and there? They're just a collection of mods I've compiled over time. If you want, I can try building a mod list for you after the stream. Just tell me what you want. Or just send me a DM with, like, roughly what kind of content you want. I'd also need to know what DLCs you have. I'm not sure why we're running low on power. I guess it is finally time to build a chem fuel power plant. We need to go to the Rimworld tab and build a large chem fuel power plant. Very expensive, very worthwhile. Why are we storing meals and food over here? Don't do that. And Orange is pregnant again. I think they're the only couple in the colony, so I guess that checks out. Orange and grass. Let's actually deconstruct this for the steel. We don't need 2 sintering furnaces running, and this absorbs like 2,000 watts apiece. I don't think Bunker has enough bionics. They need more. Oh yeah, we have a cyber brain, don't we? I don't know if we have research for that unlocked yet. Okay. I'll work on getting those unlocked. We do also just have a spare Silent Neuroformer laying around. I'm not sure if I'll use that, though. The Deathclaw's beautiful little corpse freezer. There's so many bodies in here. DM view is to not blind your stream with a massive wall of text. Awesome. I will be sure to check that out later. And baby at the gun range. Let's go. We do also have all of our combat colonists in power armor now, so they're in pretty good shape if we want to start caravanning with them. Yeah, all of the stuff is still being built, so it looks ugly. Yeah, this playthrough's been slowing down a lot, so I'm not sure if I'll continue streaming it. I do have another playthrough in mind for Rimworld, so early morning Rimworld will still return relatively quickly, but this playthrough, I'm still enjoying it thoroughly, but there's just not much to talk about. Not much is going on anymore. Because I'm at the point where I can comfortably put children in the colony and do all my mad experiments, but all my mad experiments take so long that I can't really keep a steady flow of commentary over them, so I'm not really sure. I'd like to do a more caravan-focused playthrough, to be fully honest. I do have an idea, though. I'll have a small map where basically raids can't come in. I'll have the game just turn off raids completely. And I'll get all of my supplies through just raiding like ancient complexes and ancient urban ruins. A nomadic playthrough would be interesting too, but then I'd have to install one of the vehicle mods, and I'm not a fan of vehicles in this game. Traveling cannibals would be funny, yeah. I've never actually done a cannibal tribe, believe it or not. Like, I've had my ideology set to cannibalism acceptable a lot, but I've never been, like, centered around it. Let's see, Eliana wants age reversal, will do. We're almost to the point where we can genetically modify our combatants, but we're still a little bit far off of that. Still 2 more 500 work jobs to do. We've got Mauler, Princess, Cupcake, and Shooty. Our lovely colony pets. How did you avoid the trap of building just the same boring layout with kill boxes? I forced myself to try and build colonies that actually look interesting, but I ended up having to build a kill box eventually anyway. Like, it's just gonna happen in Rimworld. You need a kill box. Especially if you plan on playing on high wealth colonies. But yeah, with layouts, I still do something similar. Like, I always try to have the bedrooms next to the freezer and the dining room next to the freezer as well. But having a separate building for crafting and a separate building for sleeping was something new I've tried out this playthrough. I suppose they're not that separated, but they're still kind of far away from each other. And things have been running pretty efficiently. I've had to put nutrient paste taps and tables all over the base, of course, so that pawns won't just go and eat a meal off the floor somewhere. But it's worked out. Building a bunch of APSs. Are my weapon racks full? They are not. Let's get rid of that heavy SMG. I love the central corridor, very laboratory-like, yeah. I'm kind of trying to make a military compound here, and I'd say I've succeeded pretty reasonably. Got a hospital near the kill box. We also have a separate surgery room, which... This is the first time I'm building a separate room for hospitals and a separate room for surgery, and it has worked out wonderfully. I haven't had a single failed surgery yet. It requires a lot of materials, of course, for the sterile flooring, but... Hey, worth it. To not be deleting bionics left and right. Did you start with the 3-drop survivors too? I did. Our starting colonists were Observer. Of course, they've leveled up a lot since they landed, since we've been on the planet for... quite a few years. We've been here for 332 days. We started with Observer, incapable of violent, but they're very good at crafting and intellectual. They're kind of decent all-around, to be honest. Bunker, who is our melee expert, melee and constructions expert. And Grass, who is our cooking and plants expert. We did not start with a good medic, which was kind of a rough reality early on, but we're doing alright. Okay, we have a Psychic Storm. We are going to put everybody in the bunker. A Psychic Storm means that we can be raided by a super powerful faction, so I am going to be hiding. Where are my protectors? Still waiting for Ola to get in. Set those beds for colonists. Waiting for the protectors now. For whatever reason, when the super powerful faction raids us, it lags the game for like a minute straight, so we'll know when they show up if they decide to. We have an industrial complex trader, so we'll trade with them a little bit. I would buy all of their advanced components. That's 20,000 silver, never mind. Actually, I'll hold off for now. We can just exist in the bunker for a little bit. Let's save here. Oh, nice. We actually have a book in here. A couple of them. So they have some stuff to do for recreation, at least. We also have plenty of food with a nutrient paste dispenser. Just getting my bots spaced out nice and evenly so that I can deal with any enemies if they show up. Uh-oh. Eliana's not in the bunker. I'm just waiting for the Psychic Storm to end. Observer's doing their job and keeping track of things in the comms console. That's pretty cool. Orange is at Shoot Frenzy because they're happy. Yeah, they don't have a lot to do in the bunker, unfortunately, but it's a necessary evil. I like always having a fallback location. Up to 700,000 colony wealth, that's insane. Cutie is fully healed. Did you get struck by lightning or something? I mean, a pig sure did. These storms love striking my pigs with lightning. I don't get why. So this will make Beans a little bit hungrier, but they are going to shoot a lot faster, and they are going to be much better at shooting. They'll also heal from wounds faster. You're considering a very militaristic mechanist lover playthrough? Very cool. Basically cyborg lovers, yeah. Transhumanists. This Psychic Storm can end any day now. Andy wants age reversal. Age reversal, Andy. Let's see, and now I need embrasures. Let's copy them from here. The psychic storm is ending. Okay, everybody out of the vault. Grass, please. Go sleep in your bedroom instead of outside. Excuse me. Yeah, we're gonna build 2 impact catapults and a uranium slug turret here, which should have pretty good range on pretty much anything incoming. Deathclaws are nice and eepy. This fabric ore needs to recharge. Let's call in a trader since the last one left us. A xenogerm has been completed. Let's order implementation into beans. We fabricated a gene pack for awful crafting now. Very good. But yeah, we're about to change Beans' race, effectively. Turn them into an alien. So this is what a baseliner's like. Do I have anybody for an example? Eliana is a Starjack, which is like a spacefarer xenotype. And soon, Beans is going to also have some xenogenes. So now they're great at shooting, they're bad at melee, and animals and art. They were kind of already bad at animals and art. We've just made it even worse. But hey, they're going to basically be permanently at 20 shooting now. Just give you a bonus in reloading so that you can reload your weapon faster. Less range cooldown, the better. Let's make those 2 gene packs for bunker. Ooh, a Tarbosaurus has been completed. Where did the toxic waste pack come from? That's not an Arco Bruiser. That is a diver. Equip an APS. And here we go. We have an absolute monster now. Let's do a quick weapons test. Equip the Dawn Blade. That gun is like as big as the mech is. That's insane. Yeah, what's her weapon range on the? Holy cow. That is an insane range. Let's just shoot that. Oh, that sounds like a beautiful thunder gun. Looks like it has shrapnel blasts too. Oh, that sounds so good. It's not actually hitting what I told it to aim at, but boy, that sounds good. The Diabolus has arrived. The Centurions have me a little bit worried, but we should be good. Oh, it's 2 Diabolus. Fire when ready. The shrapnel goes through the shields. That's insane. Oh, that's beautiful. First of all, jump. Second of all, jump. Move, move. Move. I told you to move. Nah. Oh, that really didn't hurt it that much. That is insane that it can survive that. Oh, there goes the turret. That is ridiculous. Uh-oh. Oh crap, those batteries are outside. I didn't think about that. Let us resume the weapons test. Let's get you out of there. That was awesome. Send the Tarbosaurus back for repairs. It took 2 direct Hellsphere cannons. It's insane. And it still has half of its health left. Alrighty, bulk goods trader. How much money do you have? 3,000? Okay. I'll buy all of your components. You sell gingerbread, which is kind of funny. And I'll also buy your gold. Okay, army man, you can undraft. Bean should be back up any moment now. Tarbosaurus is low on battery. Let's get you all recharging. You can also grab an APS. Someone needs to carry that bot to a recharger. What is your body size currently? I do not know. Body size is 0.5 right now. Okay. Probably because they're still fairly juvenile. Badger has self-tamed. Get that slaughtered immediately. If I'm allowed to slaughter it. Got a hybrid combat claw being made. Have we built one of those already? We have. Psychic drone is ending. Okay, people should be a little bit more happy now. Didn't even realize we had a psychic drone going on. You look sick. They want you alive, though, so I ain't going after you. Get all that tiled down with concrete so our turrets don't catch on fire. The trader's left comms range, that is fine by me. Nutrient-based dispenser nearly blew up, apparently. It takes so much steel to build a grav ship, so it was going to be a while before we can actually do anything with it. Are we making power armor or something? Or did we just make power armor? No clue. Looks like our clothes basket is... wow, I can speak. Our clothes baskets are nearly full, so I should probably recycle some things from here. I'm kind of just waiting for somebody to come along and sell me some bionics at this point. Because I can only craft the stuff that makes you tired faster, but boosts you up a lot. So getting some better bionics than that, or bionics without a downside, would be good. Dang, the Tarbosaurus has a big battery if it's still recharging. I'm gonna get rid of the synthetic constructor. Wow, I'm just losing my ability to speak pretty steadily today, huh? Let's hold off on building that for now. We will also need a cooler and heater in here. And we're getting those horseshoe crabs built as well. And one of the shaft workers collapsed. We're going to need to bring those to a recharger. Oh, we're building the impact catapult. Okay. I would actually like to wait to build those until all the power conduits are built. Okay. Normally I'd like to go for 2 hours, but I am steadily losing my ability to speak coherently, and I'm not sure if I want to continue streaming this playthrough, to be fully honest. So I might just call it here, everybody. I hope you had a good time. Stay awesome, stay safe, rock and stone. And we'll probably be back with some more Factorio tomorrow. Let's see who's live. Bill is live with some Rimworld, so I'm going to send you guys over to him. Bill's a great buddy of the channel. We've played Zomboid and Deep Rock with him before, but yeah.